Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. Mom had already showered by the time I got up the next morning. Mary did her hair and makeup, and while her rollers dried, she sat there with a plastic hairdryer bonnet on her head. I quickly took a shower and then got dressed. I put on my white garter belt made of satin, my white lacy hoses made of satin, my white bridal stocking with appliques of a wedding bell and a dove. I put on my white satin robe and went to Mary to have her start fixing me up. I also made sure Gina was awake and showering. Gina jumped out of her room when I called the first time, gave me a hug, and then went to take a shower. When I got downstairs, Mom had already been combed. Mom helped Gina get ready while Mary did my hair and makeup. Gina came downstairs while I was covering my rollers with the plastic cap from my hairdryer. In her robe and undies, she looked so young and girly. I gave her a smile to make her feel better. Mary got to work right away by rolling Gina's hair up. Her nail polish was the same shade of pink as her blush and lipstick. Mary hadn't put much eyeshadow on Gina's eyelids or mascara on her eyelashes. Gina sat under the dryer while my hair was being combed out. Before she turned it on, I told her that even with her hair and rollers, she looked pretty. Gina smiled when I praised her. When Mary was done with Gina, she put a lot of hairspray in her hair to keep it in place. We all thanked her. She said she would be at the church in case she needed to touch up her makeup at the last minute. Mom and I helped Gina get ready. I told her, "First, I'll help you get into your bridesmaid's dress, and then you can help me get into my wedding dress." Gina nodded in understanding. First, we helped her get used to walking in her 4-inch heels by putting them on her. Then she put on a pink satin slip that reached her ankles. Her crinoline was pulled up and fastened around her waist. Gina finally put on her pink satin bridesmaid's dress with cap sleeves. Mom helped her put on the dress by zipping up the back. Mom pinned Gina's headpiece to her hair. Gina's outfit was finished off with a pearl necklace, pearl cluster earrings that clipped on, and short white gloves. Gina was amazed when she looked in the mirror and saw herself. I told her she would look wonderful. "Gina, you look beautiful in pink." Gina was beaming. Her smile could have turned on the lights. Mom and Gina helped me out now. Everything was the same, but it was all white. Slip, heels, and the crinoline were put on quickly. Then they helped me get into my white satin and lace wedding dress, which had short sleeves, a full skirt, a sweetheart neckline, and a train. Mom put each button on the back of my dress on with care. Gina got my veil while I carefully sat in front of my mirror. Mom carefully pinned it to my hair, and then Gina helped me straighten out my train. Gina told Sharon, "You are glowing. Every bride should look as beautiful as you do." I turned red when she said that. I told her that maybe one day she could wear a wedding dress and look as beautiful and happy as I do now. "Sharon, I'd be happy if I looked just 1/10 as pretty as my older sister." I reached over and gave her a hug. At that point, the other 2 attendants and the photographer were waiting downstairs. Gina was first, and Mom helped her down. Then she helped me. The photographer took a number of pictures of me as the bride, and then he or she took pictures of the wedding party. Gina stood next to me during the group photos. She was the perfect young bridesmaid. I also had the photographer take pictures of my maid of honor and bridesmaids, especially Gina, on their own. Gina was the subject of several different portraits. She just shone because of all the attention. Mom also seemed happy about her new girl. We got into the limo, which would take us to the church. We were all able to get in, but it wasn't easy. It was hard to do this while wearing a full-skirted dress and a crinoline. We went into the church through a side door and into a large waiting room for the wedding party. Gina looked at me and said she was getting scared. Gina said, "I feel like everyone is looking at me and knows I'm a boy wearing a dress. I'm so scared." "Don't worry," I told her, "no one will know. Grab the arm of your escort and walk slowly into the church." Gina was feeling good until she heard the first few notes of the wedding march. With a look from her and a smile from me, she calmed down. As she moved toward her escort to take his arm, she suddenly realized how handsome he was. Gina relaxed a little more. As she walked in, she did so in the slow, steady way that brides and bridesmaids have done since the beginning of time. It was almost like she was born with it. Mom walked me down the aisle and gave me to my new husband. I kept looking at Gina during the ceremony to make sure she was all right. She looked happy. Gina was in the line of people greeting the guests after the recessional. She was standing next to me, smiling and greeting everyone. Several times, I said that Gina had helped save the day at the last minute. People at the wedding told her how pretty she looked as a bridesmaid. Gina got red in the face and thanked everyone for their kind words. During the reception, Gina moved with the easy grace of a young woman, as if she had tapped into some inner quality. Gina stood with the other single girls at the right time to try to catch my bouquet. Gina was off to the side when I turned my back on them and threw my bouquet. So I tried to throw the ball toward her. She was lucky enough to catch my bouquet. She had to dance with the guy who caught the bridal garter, which was one of the benefits of catching the bridal bouquet. This was the same handsome young man who walked her down the aisle at her wedding. She seemed to calm down when he held her. She asked me later if it was wrong for her to have liked being held by him. I told her that for today, she was a very pretty and girly young woman, and that she should just enjoy feeling girly. She gave me a smile when I said that. I smiled back when I saw that she liked her new name and how soft her clothes felt. My new husband and I were finally ready to leave for our honeymoon. Before we left, I was able to spend some quiet time with Gina. Sharon, I just wanted to say thanks for this great day. I'm glad I could be a small but important part of this special day. I'm lucky to have a big sister like you. I told Gina quietly that I was glad to have her as my little sister, and that she had saved the day by filling in as a bridesmaid. I was glad to hear that she had a good time. I then told her that she could wear anything in my closet or drawers while I was gone, but she couldn't wear any of my makeup until I got back. As her older sister, I wanted to show her the right way to wear it. Gina nodded in understanding. She asked if we could go shopping for Gina after I got back. I said I would be excited about the day. For our day of shopping, she would wear a soft, frilly dress. I also told her that I might set up an appointment for her with Mary to get a perm and have her hair colored. She was very happy about that. Just before we left, I told Gina that she could be the bride for the day if she wanted to wear my wedding dress and veil when I got home. She asked, "Would you do that for me?" That would be cool, and I'd really like that. Gina thought it was a great idea that I would take pictures of her as a bride, even though I'm not a professional. I told her that I would soon buy her a white satin negligee set like the one I was going to wear later this evening. She smiled and told me thanks. There's also a pink satin nightgown under my pillow that you'd look so cute in. Gina said she would wear it and promised me she would have good dreams. We hugged one last time. Gina, I hope you will always be my little sister, I told her. Gina's eyes filled with tears of happiness. Sharon, I am so lucky to have a big sister like you. I love you. I can't wait to be the bride and wear your wedding dress. Thank you for all the great things that happened today. Take care of yourself. I helped her dry her eyes so that her makeup wouldn't get ruined. I left thinking about how happy the day had been. Mom had seen her older daughter marry the man she loved, and Mom had a new daughter, and I had a new little sister. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.